The year was 2017. The Warner Brothers Corporation advanced a story to one of the greatest sci-fi flicks of all time for the modern consumer. Audience. With the help of a robot, virtually identical to a human. Known simply as Ryan Gosling. The project proved inferior to its predecessor in every way. You could say it shit the bed, yet it garnered acclaim from all corners of the globe for reasons I cannot fathom. Was it because of the tripe that engulfed cinema in 2017? Or was it because it asked really hard philosophical questions such as, what the hell is wrong with Gosling's eyes? Is he auditioning for Elephant Man 2? So I decided to revisit an old friend.
Oh. Come on, dude. You've been moping about this film for weeks. Ever since you saw the new Blade Runner. Why don't you just put down the bottle of Jack? Come and have some pizza, yeah?
Have we got anchovies?
Oh, we got pineapple.
Ugh, life isn't worth living.
Oh, I've got a great idea. Okay, how about, you know you love the original so much. Well, why don't we just review the original Blade Runner? Have some fun, take your mind off it. What do you say?
You know what, Mikey? That's not a bad idea. Why don't you do your thing?
This is Blade Runner! The year was 1982. The radio was vibrating with tunes from Michael Jackson's new record Thriller, Carlos the Jackal terrorized the natives of France, and Ridley Scott's seminal masterpiece Blade Runner hit the cinema.
The city is Los Angeles. The year is 2019. A retired Blade Runner named Deckard, played by Harrison Ford, is called back into action against his own will to hunt down 4 rogue replicants that have returned to Earth. Replicants being bioengineered androids created by the Tyrell Corporation.
The only way to tell the difference between us and them is by a test known only as Voight-Kampff, a kind of Mensa test for our metallic brethren.
The hunt leads Deckard to a meeting with the head of the Tyrell Corporation and his replicant assistant, Rachel, played by Sean Young. Alden Tyrell explains that Rachel has no idea that she's replicant. She is simply an experiment with implanted memories of being human. Rachel awakens Deckard to the grey area of humanity whilst becoming romantically entangled.
The chase culminates in a systematic retirement of said rogue replicants, but one. The leader, Roy Batty, played by the magnificent Rutger Hauer. We learn that his single goal is to extend his own expiration date and that of his comrades.
Batty kills his creator, Alden Tyrell, in a moment of exasperation, learning his end is inevitable. He then discovers Deckard in his lair, standing over the body of one of his co-conspirators, played by Daryl Hannah, and chases him towards the rooftop, culminating in one of the most discussed scenes of all time, including, hands down, the most poignant and existential monologues committed to celluloid. Firstly, this movie has more cuts and versions than is humanly necessary, so for argument's sake, this is a review of 2007's Final Cut, personally, the version I deem the definitive Blade Runner film.
Yeah, well, that's just like, your opinion, man.
Adapted from Philip K. Dick's novel, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, Blade Runner is a perfect blend of science fiction and film noir that wears its influences like a badge of honour.
You'd be correct in seeing parallels between the style and mood of this film to that of the classic 40s noir flicks, all the way down to Sean Young's immaculate cigarette-smoking femme fatale.
It excels in the seemingly lost art of filmmaking which you'd be forgiven for thinking is absent in modern cinema, and that is its ability to show and not tell.
In the off-world colony. Announce position.
From its perfect use of light and shadow to convey each character's emotional state and varying degrees of self-awareness, to the often asked question of Deckard's existence, is he human or replicant?
Which is something the fans have debated for years, in particular the importance of the unicorn.
The unicorn, for those who don't know, was absent from the original theatrical release, but has sparked the conversation about Deckard's existence. His visions of the unicorn in his dreams subtly hints at the fact that he may be a replicant himself, and that the dream may have been implanted there, as suggested by the use of the origami unicorn by Gaff, implying that he's aware of Deckard's true origin.
But it's best left to the audience to decide for themselves what they think. It's more pertinent to ponder on what the real question this movie putting forward. What does it mean to be human, and our relationship with God?
Dickhead, trick question. Lemmy is God.
And yes, although this is not a new or novel concept, it is interesting to see how the film plays with it.
Because in truth, the film is really about Roy Batty and his search for meaning. At which point does he cease to be a replicant and become human?
It's like, hello, I am a robot.
In fact, Roy has the chance to meet his creator, pleading with him for more life. The fear of death compels him to kill and do anything to survive, as any sentient being would. So how can we deplore him if we can empathise with him?
And it's summed up very well in the climactic scene of the film. Both men on top of a rooftop, Deckard lies in Batty's hand, but instead of taking revenge for the death of his comrades, Batty shows mercy, instead succumbing to his own end. A glimpse of humanity in a decaying urban city.
Quite an experience to live in fear, isn't it? That's what it is to be a slave.
The city itself teems with texture. Everything from the bustling sidewalks to the lived-in interiors serve to engage the audience with a believable environment. The city designs borrows heavily from the Italian futurist architecture of Antonio Sandelia, which gives the city an almost timeless glimpse of the future, which still holds up well today.
And in turn has managed to almost single-handedly inspire a shitload of anime. That's right, the next time someone complains to you about Ghost in the Shell being whitewashed, remember that Japan pretty much lifted a lot of their stuff from French comics and of course Blade Runner.
You're a cunt! Fight me, bitch! Hit me, bitch! You won't say shit, bitch! Let's go, bitch! You're a cunt! Hit me!
Even after 30 years, Blade Runner has never been more relevant.
From diminishing resources to globalization.
To sex bots that would keep Harvey Weinstein busy for at least 1 month. Yeah, that's right, I went there.
So that's Blade Runner. But what about the sequel? Does it come close to posing the same philosophical questions? Are its visuals as subtle as a kick to the groin?
Kick him in the dick.
Or is it another sci-fi noir that forgot how to noir? Stick your already dated holograms up your arse, because in the Battle of the Blade Runners, I'll pick the one where Jared Leto isn't doing another bad Heath Ledger impression. And...
I repeat the question. Have you ever desired to make a YouTube video? I'll put it to you another way. If you were to make a YouTube video, would you spend less time on it than it takes to heat up a bowl of chips?
Probably.
Would it pretty much be a rip-off of other popular YouTubers, with your opinions lifted from Rotten Tomatoes?
You don't think I'm human, do you?
It's not for me to say. What's your opinion on J.J. Abrams?
I'm not saying a word.
People like the new Star Wars and Star Trek movies, and so should you. They're really great!
No. No.
A new Jurassic World, Fast and Furious 10. I even hear a rumour that they're remaking Citizen Kane, starring Matthew McConaughey.
No, that's not true. That's impossible.
Ghostbusters remake. 20,000 different superhero movies that all feel Whoa, you okay, dude? You kind of blanked out there.
Yeah. I think we're good.
Good. Now put on your Disney face, because Emperor Mickey is about to address the nation.
Wait, what? No, that's impossible.
Hello, kiddies! Haha! It's time to go to work! And remember, if you're not having fun, we'll shoot you! Ha ha ha! Now get back to work and build that wall before Speedy Gonzales applies for citizenship! Ha ha!
Well, hey, it could be worse. At least it's not Hillary.
Marvel!
I'm sorry if that was a little too lowbrow for you. Here's a picture of Tchaikovsky. Yeah, that looks better, innit? Yep. Now we're playing with the big boys. Even after 30 years, Blade Runner has never been more relevant.
From Dominican...